Gardening is a great way to relax and get some fresh air, but it can also be a lot of work. In this video, I'm going to show you 10 things that you need to know before starting your own garden. Hey everyone! And in this video, I'm going to talk about gardening. A lot of people seem to think that it's really easy, but there are a few things that you should know before getting started. So whether you're an experienced gardener or just starting out, make sure you watch this video all the way through. Before we continue our video, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos. 1. Start by planting easy-to-grow vegetables in your garden. Starting your own garden can be a very rewarding experience. Not only will you have the satisfaction of eating food that you have grown yourself, but you will also get to enjoy the fresh air and exercise that comes with gardening. However, before you start digging, it is important to consider what plants you will grow. If you are new to gardening, it is best to start with easy-to-grow vegetables. These include leafy greens such as spinach and lettuce, as well as root vegetables such as carrots and potatoes. Not only are these plants relatively easy to care for, but they are also very versatile in the kitchen. With a little bit of planning, you can soon be enjoying the fruits of your labor. 2. Add compost to the soil to help it retain water and nutrients. Gardeners have long known the benefits of adding compost to the soil. Not only does it help to improve drainage and aeration, but it also helps to retain moisture and nutrients. As a result, plants are able to grow healthier and stronger, with less need for chemical fertilizers. In addition, compost helps to reduce the amount of solid waste that ends up in landfills. While there are many different ways to make compost, one of the simplest is to simply gather up your kitchen scraps and garden waste and leave them to decompose in a pile. With a little time and effort, you can create nutrient-rich compost that will help your garden thrive. 3. Water your plants regularly, but don't overwater them. One of the most important things to remember when gardening is to water your plants regularly, but not overwater them. Too much water can saturate the soil and prevent air from reaching the roots, which can lead to fungal growth and other problems. On the other hand, if the soil is too dry, it can impede plant growth and make it difficult for roots to absorb nutrients. The best way to determine how often to water your plants is to check the moisture level of the soil with your fingers. If the soil is dry several inches below the surface, it's time to give your plants a drink. Remember, though, that different plants have different watering needs, so be sure to do your research before you start gardening. With a little care and attention, you can create a healthy and thriving garden. 4. Use organic pesticides to keep pests away. If you're starting your own garden, one of the things you need to know is how to keep pests away organically. While there are many chemical pesticides on the market, these can be harmful to both your plants and the environment. Instead, look for organic pest control methods that will be gentle on your plants and won't pollute the air or water. One popular organic pesticide is neem oil, which comes from the Indian lilac tree. This natural oil acts as a repellent for a variety of common garden pests, including aphids, spider mites, and whiteflies. It's also effective against fungal diseases like powdery mildew and black spot. You can find neem oil at most garden centers or online. Another easy way to keep pests at bay is to encourage beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings into your garden. These predators will help keep populations of damaging insects in check while posing no threat to your plants. You can attract them by planting flowers like cosmos, daisies, and marigolds. By using these organic methods, you can have a healthy and thriving garden without harming the environment. 5. Harvest your vegetables when they're ripe. One of the most important things to know when gardening is when to harvest your vegetables. Each type of vegetable has its own ideal time of harvesting, and picking too early or too late can affect both the taste and texture of the final product. For example, tomatoes should be harvested when they are fully red and show no sign of green. If they are picked too early, they will be sour and unripe. Conversely, if they are picked too late, they will be mealy and soft. Similarly, cucumbers should be harvested when they are firm and have reached their full size. If left on the vine for too long, they will become bitter and tough. By keeping these harvesting tips in mind, you can ensure that your homegrown vegetables are always delicious and nutritious. 6. Experiment with different gardening techniques. Before starting your own garden, it is important to experiment with different gardening techniques. This will help you determine which method is best for your particular climate and soil type. It is also important to consider the amount of time and effort you are willing to put into maintaining your garden. If you are new to gardening, you may want to start with a small plot of land and gradually increase the size of your garden as you become more experienced. Additionally, it is important to choose plants that are well suited to your local climate and soil conditions. By experimenting with different gardening techniques, you can ensure that your garden is healthy and thriving for years to come. 7. Join a gardening community online or in person. One important step to take before starting your own garden is to join a gardening community, either online or in person. This will give you access to experienced gardeners who can offer advice and tips on everything from choosing the right plants to dealing with pests. In addition, gardening communities can be a great source of information on new products and techniques. They can also be a great way to meet like-minded people and make new friends. Whether you're just getting started in gardening or you've been doing it for years, joining a gardening community is a great way to improve your knowledge and skills. 8. Learn from other gardeners' mistakes. Before starting your own garden, it is important to learn from the mistakes of other gardeners. One common mistake is not doing enough research. Before planting anything, you should take the time to understand the needs of the different plants in your garden. Another mistake is not planning for the future. Your garden should be designed with long-term maintenance in mind. Like, you will need to consider how you will deal with weeds and pests over time. Finally, one of the most common mistakes is simply not being patient enough. Gardening takes time and effort, but it can be extremely rewarding. By avoiding these mistakes, you can set yourself up for success. 9. Get creative with your garden design. A garden can be a beautiful and tranquil oasis, a place to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But designing a garden can also be a daunting task. Where do you start? What plants should you choose? What style should you go for? Luckily, there are a few key things to keep in mind that will help you create a stunning garden, no matter what your vision may be. First, it is important to consider the function of your garden. Do you want it to be a relaxing retreat, a place for entertaining guests, a playground for your children? Once you have an idea of the purpose of your garden, you can start to plan accordingly. Next, think about the climate in which you live. This will determine what plants will thrive in your garden and which ones will simply not survive. Once you have an idea of the type of plants you would like to include, you can start to play around with different design ideas. Do you want a formal garden with straight lines and symmetrical plantings, or a more relaxed and naturalistic space? Perhaps you would like to include a water feature or some other type of element that will add interest and dimension to your garden. 10. Enjoy the fruits of your labor. If you are someone who enjoys spending time outdoors, working with your hands, and eating fresh fruits and vegetables, then gardening may be for you. However, before you start digging up your backyard, there are a few things you should know. First of all, it is important to choose the right location for your garden. Make sure you have a sunny spot that is well drained and protected from strong winds. Next, you will need to select the right plants for your garden. Consider what you like to eat and what will grow well in your area. Once you have your plants picked out, it is time to get to work. Preparing the soil, planting the seeds or seedlings, and watering and fertilizing your plants can be time-consuming, but it is also very rewarding. Seeing your plants grow and produce fruits or vegetables that you can eat is one of the most satisfying experiences a gardener can have. So get out there and enjoy the fruits of your labor. So hope you guys enjoyed our video. For more videos, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos.